There we are. Okay. So greetings and salutations, everyone. David Eon and the lovely and talented Miss LadyPop Hunter here on Open by Chance and co-shared with LadyPop Hunter. Welcome,
Hey,
one and all. It
Ken.
is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we are in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, as we get ready to sound off here. Plenty to talk about as always, and of course we love acknowledging the people that join us for the live portion in the chat section. And I know there's some people that are listening and they can't chime in. That's cool.
Yeah.
But
hello to all of you.
We appreciate you, and we like to sound off and say hello to them as we move along here. I see Kay Munan's joining us already and already asking us about pickups. Yes, we have some pickups.
And he's remodeling.
So are we. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's a lot of work getting rooms 3 and 4 ready. Saturday morning is joining us.
And
who else?
Dr. Cohen.
Oh, he got
Batman
animated series and Justice League Unlimited figures.
And started collecting Playmates Mutant Mayhem figures.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Power of the Force cheapo figures. That 90s Power
That's
of the
Star
Force.
Wars?
Yeah. Okay. The 90s ones.
Oh, the ones we just saw on Facebook.
Yeah.
From Sweden.
Doll bases in Sweden. Excellent.
And then we got Johnny
Future. Oh, Johnny, we have your package. We're going to open it tonight. We're going to open it on the air. Johnny sent us a package.
Yeah.
Who else?
We got David from Blue Splash.
Blue Splash.
And we got Pastor Rick.
Glad you could make it. Midnight in Sweden says doll base. Indeed. And
okay. It was released 40 years ago.
Yeah,
today.
Plenty going on. We do have pickups that we're going to show. We do have a care package that was sent to us by Johnny Future that we'll be opening. There's Raccoon joining us. Of course, there is the news about Chuck Norris because he just had a birthday too. His birthday was on the 10th, and he turned 86 years old. Some kind of problem, went to the hospital. Complications, they say, and then he was gone, and that was it. Alpha Tryon joining us, and fascinating because in his lifetime he was a living legend. He's one of these people that not very many people would have anything negative to say about.
Oh, they find it though.
They'll find something. I know there are
people on the voice, not the voice. The View got something.
There are some things that are floating around, but it's mostly because he was Republican, and it's like, shut up. What have you done in your life? The man had a lot of. He had a lot of great accomplishments. 6 times world karate champion when it mattered.
Hey, Reynard. Before
all of the excessive rules that we see in a lot of the sports now, because he had to really kick ass to do it. Friend of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee and him used to work out together for some like 3 or 4 years. And
Raccoon is watching
also watching on OPH channel. Excellent.
Thank you. I need all of you.
I remember Chuck Norris in an interview talking about Bruce Lee when he called him because he was doing Return of the Dragon, the one where he was in Italy in the restaurant, and they had the fight in the Coliseum, him and Chuck, and that's like a famous fight between the two of them. And he called him up and he says, "Hey, can you do me a favor? You feel like coming out here and doing this shoot with me, and we can have a battle. You'll have to lose, but I want to do this like a scene that everyone will remember."
I'd rather watch Dragon Lee. I ain't care for Bruce Lee like all that. All he did was scream and all of that.
He was good. Thank you. Pastor Rick made a donation to the channel for the kiddie pool. Of course, donations for our shelter cats. Really appreciated. We're juggling 20 at the moment, although number's going to get smaller because we got some things in the work. But still taking care of them.
Some things in the works.
Yes. Don't worry. I'll tell you later. But yeah. Well, to get to move a few of them around.
Oh wow.
But anyways, he said that they went out there and that basically the two of them were so good they did not rehearse that scene. Bruce said, "I'm going to start off with this, and I think I'm going to do this, this, and this." And then Chuck says, "Well, if you do that, I'd probably do this and this." And they basically had a little conversation, and then they went and filmed it. And it is an epic fight scene between the two of them, and people remember it when they've seen it in the Coliseum with the little cats and everything. It was really well done. And of course, Walker, Texas Ranger, he was well known for, and he they wanted him to continue the series, and he did not want to. He wanted it to end because he felt like they did about as much as they could with it. And I saw him in an interview talking about this also. He didn't want it stretched all the way out. Good. He was like, sometimes something should just stop, because if you went to, these shows, if they're popular, they hammer it and they force it to work. And that's how you end up with Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch. He did, because Brady Bunch was on its last legs, and they just introduce they did it on the Cosby Show too. Brought in the baby or whatever. Yeah. It's like, and that's when it's over anyways. He didn't want to get to that point.
Now that he's dead, they'll reboot Walker Texas Ranger. Oh God.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, a legend in his lifetime while he was still alive, not like a lot of these other people that kind of fade. And it's nothing wrong with fading away if you're willing to let it go and not look foolish.
That horror film he was in was pretty good.
Oh God, yeah. Was it A Force of One? Was that
I don't remember the name, but
it is a horror film, and it for those of you who might not remember, I think it's A Force of One. Somebody probably knows better than me, and they can tell us.
Yeah, he's like the sheriff, and the scientists are doing some kind of experiment on this guy, and he was a zombie or something.
He was a corpse, or no, he wasn't dead. They faked his death.
Yeah,
there's Rich joining us.
Invasion USA.
Oh, I think it's Silent Rage. It's Silent
Rage.
The name. It's Silent Rage. That's the one. Rick got it. Yeah, Invasion USA was fun. It's a goofy film, but it's one of those things like Invasion USA is kind of like Commando, where dude's indestructible. But man, it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
it really is.
Oh no, they already did a reboot of Walker Texas Ranger?
Please. Was it a woman in a wheelchair?
Jeez, they just can't leave nothing alone.
Silent Rage. No, I don't even want to know about it. I don't even want to know.
Yeah, now you just ruined the whole
Silent
night.
Rage was fantastic.
It was pretty good. Alive.
Yeah, they found a way to get him to regenerate so that he didn't die, but they faked his death at the hospital because they figured we'd just do a medical experiment on this guy. But he was insane. He was schizophrenic and highly violent and dangerous. So that just continued. Now you can't kill him, and he's insane and violent and dangerous. And Chuck spent the whole movie trying to kill the guy. But it was well done.
It was. For a cheesy horror film. And then it was surprising because he doesn't do horror films.
He doesn't do that kind of stuff. You didn't expect it.
So it was a straight horror, no like action, like what you would expect from him.
That guy couldn't fight. You just couldn't kill him.
Yeah. But it actually was pretty decent. It was actually pretty decent. But yeah, I liked him as an actor. His Vietnam movies were pretty good. I saw quite a bit of his stuff. He was good with martial arts. I like watching the cheesy martial arts on Tubi though, because it's certain actors or martial artists I like watching. I didn't care for Bruce Lee. I'm not saying he's bad, but I just didn't care for him like all that.
She didn't like the exaggeration.
Yeah, he seemed over the top. But then when you watch just the cheesy stuff, it's like those guys were like just doing what they had to do, as far as martial arts. Some were better than others, and you could tell, okay, this guy, he's probably an actor and not as great in martial arts because the fighting was very slowed down, and you could tell. But then you also saw that actor in another movie, and he was moving fast and flowing a little better. So I like that. But yeah, I like those Chuck Norris little jokes that they have. I don't
think that was him in Dodgeball. I don't remember. I saw Dodgeball, but I don't remember it very well.
But I like those little jokes that they have, and they got a whole book. You remember Warren had that book, that Chuck Norris book, and it was quotes of Chuck Norris.
The quotes, yeah.
He
became one of the first internet meme sensations.
Izette, hey everybody, say hello to Izette. Hope she's feeling a lot better.
Are you guys going to make it out to Toylanta or perhaps the retro toy swap the week after?
Most likely
We
they'll be
we
at.
see them sometimes at the retro toy swap.
We see them all the time at the retro toy swap.
Another thing, before we move on, one thing that I heard also about from soldiers who had met Chuck Norris, because he came out a lot during Desert Storm, that he would actually go to them. They didn't have to come out of the danger zone to meet the celebrity, because celebrities would go to stuff like that.
Yeah, but they would always stay at the USO and someplace.
They stayed safe. He didn't. He would go out wherever they were, and wasn't ashamed to do that.
Or not ashamed, wasn't scared to do that.
Yeah.
He wasn't bitten by no king cobra.
That's one of those memes. When Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups, he shoves the world down. And stuff like that.
Those are funny. I read it because Warren had that book.
Yeah, she's talking about one of my sons.
And I read it because Warren used to read that stuff out all the time. And I'm like, what is that? And I read it, and it is kind of funny. And they have one with some quotes from Muhammad Ali. And whoa, those are funny too. Those are very funny. So it is some of them out there.
Oh, Saturday Morning confirms Chuck Norris was.
Oh, he
Dodgeball.
was. I don't think I saw.
I don't remember that film. Blue Splash wants to know: do you have Spydor or Biona tops?
I think I have Spydor
on the card. You mean the 80s ones?
I think so. Yeah, I got
Biona tops. Probably not.
I
think I gave you Spydor actually on the card,
but not Biona tops. I'm positive of that one. I don't have that. But Spydor, I'm almost positive I do.
I think you do. She stopped getting them after a while because the ones that she's missing carded from the 80s, the prices are insane. Like, finding a carded King Randor or Scareglow is going to be out of reach.
Yeah.
And I know there are people, because I hear that, people hear me talking about things that I'm missing, and they're like, oh, well, we have it, or I can get it. And it's like, yeah, I can't pay those prices, though. That's
Thank you, Isaac. I went and got my hair done today.
Yeah, isn't she gorgeous?
Yeah, I had to go
my lovely wife.
Sit there for them 2 hours.
Yeah.
They braid my hair.
But we couldn't have what we had if we were paying full price for anything. Oh my God. I wish I could.
You said Spider?
No,
that's Stridor.
There are people like that who they can afford to do it, and they're like, oh yeah, I want X toy line, so I'll just go out and buy the whole thing
all in eBay, one swipe,
all in one fell swoop. And it's like, well, that's great. I'm not knocking them, but I can't afford to do that. Most people can't. I don't think.
No, I don't have Spider.
You don't have Spider on the card?
I got Stridor, I got Stinkor, I got Spikor.
I could have sworn you had Spydor. I know I got you. Well,
if I do, I must have forgot to put it in the.
We won't know until we unpack it. We're getting close. We're getting close. I'm at this flooring stage right now in rooms 3 and 4. I'm in the flooring stage, and then I get the lighting's done, the drop ceiling is installed, the walls are up. They've been painted primer only, because you're not going to see them anyways.
No need to waste all that paint.
So get the flooring done, get the border in, and then I can put up the slat walls. And once the slat walls are up, we can start filling in the shelves. We can start filling in the shelves. If we can at least get room 3 finished, that'd be great. And we'll see. And at some point, I'll have to do a tour, a proper tour, once it's all set up. Oh no, she don't want to wear a crown.
No, it'll mess my hair up.
No, I'll wear the crown. I don't mind. That's actually sitting right behind me. You can probably see it on the shelf back there.
I'm trying to all this sitting down and hard work.
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, just saying all this sitting down and hard work to get my hair braided. I ain't messing it up with no crown.
Yeah. And then and the crown is really expected at this point whenever I go to especially the bigger shows. Like when I go to Toylanta, people are gonna like ask me where the hell the crown is if I don't have it. It's crazy.
The odds of going out and completing the Avengers toy line is one
in one go is almost impossible.
Almost, not if you got the money.
Not if you've got the money, and there are people who have done that and can do that. We know somebody who does that, but without getting into all that, I'm not trying to. No, it's not. Johnny says hopefully the drop ceiling is not too low. We did have to compromise a little bit with it, but it's still at a comfortable height. It's still at a comfortable height.
Well, we're supposed to do a
I
DVD
can still do that. It's been very hectic for us between our regular work, other things that have been going on, catching up since her father left our house. There's still things that need to be caught up on. And then now in my spare time.
Hey, Racer.
Racer X is joining us. It's not a store. It is our private toy museum. I sell rarely. I don't. I'm not like a dealer.
I sell never.
She sells never. But and in my spare time, and then hers when she's able to help, building the other two rooms from scratch because it was bare. It was bare. Even it was all concrete. Putting the even just putting up the framing, putting the studs up, and putting up the sheetrock, installing the drop ceiling, and getting the lighting installed, putting it, like I said, I'm putting the flooring in now, trying to get rolling and trying to get ahead of it, hopefully getting as much done as possible before Toylanta. And it's not,
it'll get done when it gets done.
Yeah, it'll get done when it gets done, but I'd like to get it done before Toylanta.
Yeah, it is hard to find one person, but if you got the money, you'll find a lot here and a lot there and get it all in one swoop. Is what we mean. Not so much of getting it all from one person, but just being able to go on eBay and say, oh yeah, I need this one, this one, this one, this one, this
I
one.
have $1 million to spare. I think I want all 12 of the original Star Wars figures from 1978. Clickety click, and you could do it.
A crown brooch. That's a pin that you put. Yeah, okay, I can
do
that.
Bit like old women wear.
Yeah.
You're not that old though.
No.
You're a spring chicken.
Yeah, but I ain't putting nothing on my head bad enough when I go to work. I gotta put a hat on.
I completed a grail this week.
Remember
my grail list?
No.
You don't remember my grail list?
And you got so many lists. Who knows?
Well, we each did a grail video of things that we were hoping to find this year. I finished something from that list this month. I finished something from this list just recently, just within the last couple of days, and I'm going to be showing that. And I will be opening Johnny's box here in a moment, and I'll show a bunch of other things that recent pickups and things that we did. Johnny's going to Berlin.
Wow!
Oh wow!
I went to Germany, but I never went to Berlin. Germany is very pretty. It's the cleanest country I ever been
Well, it was
to.
Then anyway. I don't know how it is now.
I was there.
Europe's in bad shape right now.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
One of the two. And man, I was like, because we were driving through, and I'm looking like it's no trash on the streets, barely leaves and stuff floating around all over the place. Like, man, this place is clean. It was just nice, just really nice. And we went to this Thai restaurant, and whoa, it was good. Of course, everything was in English. So I was praying. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just pick something. I mean, everything was in German. Sorry, everything was in German, so we didn't know. So I just picked something. Happened to be something I really liked.
Saturday Morning says they've seen complete Waterworld and Warriors of Virtue toy collections at different places. I have seen at least 3 times a complete wave of Warriors of Virtue at a show for sale.
I wasn't stationed in Germany. I was actually stationed in Italy, and we used to go to Germany 3 months out of the year, every year, for training exercises. So that's how I got there. And we would drive around. I don't know where we were going, but we had to go to the hospital, and nobody was at the hospital. I mean, we walked the whole hospital and saw absolutely no one. And then we got hungry and went to a Thai restaurant.
Racer X wants 24/7 live feed in the museum.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there will be video monitoring but I don't know about a live feed because we did this in the other place too. We had two different security systems overlapping because, you know.
You didn't go to the Korea I went to because Korea was trash when I went. It was, especially in downtown. I'm going to Hong Kong this summer. That'll be nice. And Patty is here.
Patty's here.
I lived in Germany too in the 70s. It was beautiful, and there is a castle in every town, and they still have the cobble roadway is very beautiful. It's just a nice country, very nice country. Well, back in 2000, like I said, 4 or 5 when I was there. I don't know what it looks like now because all of Europe looks like a war zone now.
Yeah, I know. The riots in Paris every week, and it's just a mess. But we can start running through some pickups, and we're going to show Johnny's box.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is a pickup that I found at a flea market. And anytime I run across one of the, we collect vinyl records. Anytime I run across one of these Halloween, like Sounds of Horror albums, and the jacket's a little beat up.
That jacket looked like it got chewed on.
Yeah, it probably did. It's beat up, but the vinyl is in fantastic shape. I'll grab one of these. I wish I could play one on the channel. I've been putting up a lot of television specials, Easter and Halloween recently, and I did one of Thanksgiving. That Easter one, by the way, who here has seen the Easter ones that I did? The Easter specials? I've got 2 up. Have you seen them both? I got to tell you something about one of them. But yeah, I found this. This was $1. Anytime I can find one of these for really, really, really good price, I will take them.
I love the covers on those.
Yeah, these are hilarious.
I like to put up some of the record covers. The records for the covers.
Yeah, we're gonna do something like that in this room at some point. We're gonna put that up. Now, also I have, and it's gonna get. There's going to be some weird stuff, but it's all right. I got these 2.
Custom God saw it at Easter.
Saw the Easter videos.
Loved it.
The new one, I hope so.
But he didn't say he loved
it.
The
new one that I did like a week ago, right? The second one, I can't think of the name of it. Oh, help me. Somebody will tell me. The second one with all the puppets, okay? It was a puppet theater Easter specials. Munin was watching them while at work.
I do that. I watch the crime stuff. They got this new one. I'm not liking it, but they tell these stories like a crime drama, and they act like it's a true story, but it's not.
It's not.
And it's like, okay, you want to make up a fake story, fine, and present it like it's a crime drama. At least make the story believable.
Plausible.
Yeah. Talking about this person got married and found out the person was a transsexual. It's like, okay, now in 2026, everybody knowing what's going on. You're not figuring that out on wedding night. We're not in the 1800s. Not no more.
And Raccoon says she appreciates those retro specials. She plays them for her brother who's mentally challenged. They make him smile. He's 60, probably remembers watching them back then. That's very likely. I'll tell you, going back to when we worked in mental health, one of my clients did not speak, but I got him to speak because I figured out he liked vintage game shows. You remember?
Yeah, he loved vintage
game shows.
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
And the Muppets.
You put Price is Right on, and he reverted back, and out of nowhere he'd start screaming, "Bob Barker, Bob Barker." It's somebody who they hadn't heard speak in years, but it rekindled his memory. So yeah, that does help.
And he loved the Muppets. You can put the Muppets on, and he was just like on cloud 9.
But that the second one, and I believe it's the second special on that block. It's all little rabbit hand puppets for Easter. That was aired on Showtime, the cable network, once ever. And I believe it was 1983. and never shown again, never put on disc, nothing. There's only 3 examples that exist, and they're on YouTube on 3 different channels, and they're all bad copies. They're all really bad copies because they were copies that people made with their own VHS tapes off of Showtime at that time. And I took all 3 of those and combined them together to get a quality copy. 2 were in VHS and 1 was Betamax, and so with tiny screen. It didn't even fill the screen. And the other 2 were missing parts, or the sound quality was bad. So I took all 3, combined them together, chopped it out to find the ad breaks, to put commercials back in where they used to be, vintage Easter commercials. Just that one special in that block, 5 hours of work to get it to all come together. So I sure do appreciate it when other people appreciate the seeing those specials. They don't get half the attention they deserve, trust me.
I didn't know either, Racer, that Muppet had an Easter special. That's what Saturday Muppet
did. They did.
But you can't.
Jim Henson did one.
Oh, okay.
He did do one. I can't show that one.
No, go ahead.
I'll get in trouble. Next up, also from the flea market, who remembers these? It's not Monchichi. This one still has the tags. It Love Pets from Russ, and this one is Gonga. And these were the ones that you would buy in the Hallmark store. Okay. And this is off of the Monchichi craze because, of course, Gonga does suck his thumb. And that's what Monchichis did. And they were real popular in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, late 70s in Japan, early 80s in the US. Okay. So I found I couldn't believe I found a Gonga that was still with all of his tags anywhere. And they didn't know or care what he was. And Russ made Gonga and Rutherford. Okay. So I got Gonga, who says beware because Gonga loves you, on an actual wooden plaque.
Oh, wow.
I love these, actually. The ones that remind me of Monchichi, I like. I also have Rutherford. Rutherford, however, has a multitude of inappropriate holes for him to stick things in, including his toes, which you can plug in any old damn way, in his ears and all over the place. This is the bad kid right here, the one that you want to beat the hell out of when he comes and visits. This is it's Rutherford. Actually, I think this is Rutherford the Third. Yes, Rutherford the Third. No tags on Rutherford though, unfortunately. But yeah, these were popular again. Monchichi and Hallmark made their copies, and this is what they are. This is what they are. I found these really, really cheap. Now, this will throw you. Anybody here familiar with Fisher-Price Adventure People? I'm sure most of you are aware of Fisher-Price Adventure People. I love the Fisher-Price Adventure People. I've got a bunch of them mint on the card or in the box. Very, very hard to find now. And one of the best of vintage action figures, I think, that it actually started the 3 3/4 inch action figure craze, and Star Wars mirrored Fisher-Price to do their figures. As a matter of fact, the prototypes for the Star Wars figures were repainted Fisher-Price Adventure People.
Oh, wow.
So that they could demonstrate what they were trying to do to Lucasfilm or to, Fox. And I don't know if you realized that there were bootlegs made with made by countercasting. They would hey, Bobby is joining us, or
Bobcat Joe Gutfield.
They where you put a mold around a figure and then use that mold to copy the figure. Okay. There were bootlegs. Water rafting figure that is clearly a Fisher-Price Adventure People figure that's been recast by molding the outside of the figure, and even the boat and the oar are knockoffs of the Fisher-Price boat and oar. Okay. And he was also available with a raft. And the raft and the oar, again, knockoffs of the original Fisher-Price Adventure people. They reverse engineered these by copying the molds. These were made, get ready for it, by Dollar Tree in the late 90s. Made
for Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Well, by Dollar Tree, because that's the only
so?
name that's on here. Dollar Tree Distribution, Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Parts made in China.
So and nothing's on the back.
And I doubt that they got Fisher-Price's permission to do this. Yeah, it's totally blank on the back. So it's, Dollar Tree, total bullshit time. They're complete knockoffs. But you never see these. Yeah, nothing on the back. Why waste money on ink for the back of the cards when you're already up to your eyeballs in probably lawsuits with Fisher-Price?
Chance is doing a TV show, a movie right now.
Chance the actor. Yeah. He is actually
he's doing
he's in the remake of the Rockford Files.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Rockford Files. We saw the picture of him in his little suit.
Yeah.
He's doing fine.
Racer X wants to know if they bought the molds. I don't think so, because if you look, they are slightly chunkier. He's a little thicker than he should be, but it's clearly a Fisher-Price Adventure People figure. He's a little thicker than he should be, and that makes me think they reverse engineered it by casting a mold around the parts. So they broke a figure apart, cast a mold around the parts, and then remade it. That would be my guess, which means his quality is going to be crap if this were to be opened.
What year do you think that came out?
Year specific, I'm not sure. Best I've been able to determine is it was late 90s. Late 90s. Yeah, it's just something you never see.
Yeah.
Something you never see. This I found this actually at Savers in a bag, which shocked the hell out of me. And this is obviously the Fisher-Price Little People minibus, but an extremely clean example. All of the lithographs still intact, not peeled off. The little cardboard rocker is intact. It never got wet. And of course, the reason that's there, you see the little triangles inside the axle, because when you drive, it forces the figures inside to bounce up and down.
Oh, like they're actually on the bus.
Yeah, like they're actually riding in the little minibus. And I do have figures. I have loose figures anyways that I can put in. These are the earliest versions, because these are actually made out of wood.
Oh wow.
The earliest ones are wood, not plastic. And they stopped making them out of wood because can you even see in there? I don't know if you can see in there or not. They were actually held together with nails. You might can see that one. No, I got one I can show you. Hold on. Here's the original dog. Okay. And he is a complete peg on the bottom. There is no hole like the other ones, and the nail is actually in the top. So if I were to pull hard enough on his head, a big rusty metal spike would come out of this wooden block. And which is why they stopped doing that, and they changed it over to the plastic plug. Now this one is, hold on, let me see here. Okay, this one is still wood, plastic hat, wood face, wood body, plastic plug inside instead of a metal one, and that's the transition. Okay, so I can plug a bunch of these people into my little bus here, and I'll put the dog in there too, because who doesn't want a dog on a road trip? Okay, so I plug them into the little bus, and then when you turn the wheels, it makes them bounce up and down like you're actually driving. But that's like the cleanest loose minibus I've ever seen. And I was like, sure, I'll take it for like $1.97 in the bag, whatever. And it was in there with some other crap, and I just got rid of it because who cares about that? And now this is off my grail list. Okay. This is off my grail list.
Okay.
And one of the things from my grail list, for those of you who saw it, and Eraser X said he loved the little people. I think everybody remembers.
I don't.
Remembers seeing these if they didn't have them. You know, these things were everywhere in the 70s and 80s. They really were. I even had the garage. I don't know where the hell it came from, but the garage. And by the way, real parking garages in real life are not as much fun. But anyways, these things are great.
Hey, Jay, straight from the pit.
G.I. Joe Dave.
Dave. Where I get Jay from?
Says, you guys look great tonight. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, you do in particular. LPH is gorgeous, I'll tell you what. But anytime I can find good stuff like this that's intact, especially I'll collect Fisher Price little people, as well as what's the other one that I do? The Play School Familiar Places.
I buy you a bunch of those little
She did get me a couple of sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, the Fisher Price Play School Familiar Places McDonald's is a really, really well remembered and loved play set. I love stuff like that, and those bring back even deeper memories than the action figures often that people collect, because it goes to a earlier and deeper memory, because you were much younger, and you might have had these, or you might have played with them in the doctor's office, or some friend of yours might have had a set. I knew a kid who had the castle set. I never had the castle set. He had the castle set. I still want one. If I could find a complete castle set that was intact, and the lithographs were good and everything, and the beds didn't have the foam peeled out of them, whatever, as an adult, and it was a decent price, I'd go for it. I still want that damn castle.
Racer X said he'll play with it while nobody watching.
It's okay.
Do you think all that nostalgia make you depressed?
I think it can make some people depressed, because maybe it does bring you back to a simpler time.
Yeah.
But if nowadays times are bad, remembering those simpler times might make you sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. I love going back to the simpler time and remembering all of this stuff and bringing it forward to where I am now. But you can't dwell.
It always reminds me of Citizen Kane.
Yes, because that's really the point of the film. A lot of people don't get it. What the hell's the deal with the freaking sled? A lot of people got confused. What was the name of that sled? Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Because you said Rosebud.
Rosebud.
He died saying Rosebud.
And they couldn't figure out what Rosebud was.
And then when I've heard people mock that, where they're like, "The hell is that all about?" The last time he saw that sled, he ended up with it anyways, because he bought everything. He took everything from the estate. But the last time he had that sled, when he was a child running around in the backwoods in the snow, is the last time he remembered ever being happy in his life.
Yeah, because his dad sold him or something.
That's the point of the film. Now, all the money and power and prestige and fame he had meant nothing, because he was miserable.
Yeah.
He would have been he was happier back on the farm running around in the woods with the sled. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, really? The real Ghostbusters had to find the sled.
That sounds familiar.
His ghost in an episode. Hey, David, how are you?
He says, "Have you said in the past, not much Mr. Rogers merchandise? New project is a 12-inch custom Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
okay, with puppets and including a diorama with working trolley and castle.
That'd be nice. I can't wait to see that. Oh my gosh,
that would be great.
You got to do a little video and put it up on Facebook.
Yeah, put it up. We'll put it up on our Facebook.
Because you got to get the train, so the train rides by the whole town. That would be so cool. I can't wait to see that. It's not only simpler times, they are better times, not just politically, economically, socially, but just in general.
Yeah, definitely. It's like when I pulled out, I have the ideal 1977 Mr. Rogers working trolley with the finger puppets.
Yeah.
And I've brought that out, and there have been people that have like messaged me. I'm like, God, I thought I was going to cry when I saw that thing. You know, it brings you back. It really does. Now, this is something that also brought me back because I had 2 of these when I was a kid. And
hold on, let me tell him.
Okay.
No, I don't have any vintage Barbie dolls in my entire life. Yeah, I've had one Barbie doll in my whole life. I used to me and my cousin took piano lessons, and one year during Christmas time the piano instructor gave each one of us Barbie dolls.
Okay.
And that's the one and only Barbie doll I've ever had in my whole life.
I have one. I have one, and it is the original Nurse Julia mint in the box. So that I found actually at it was at Jolanta, like a couple of years back. I
can't remember which one it was, but I do remember you getting it at one of those shows, Toyland or Jolanta, one of them. It was
really cheap. I knew what it was. It was like, oh my God, what do you want for this?
Yeah.
He didn't want much. And I was like, I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I had 2 of these when I was a kid. Okay. And I wanted to find them again when I grew up, and I didn't remember what they were called because I was in 5th grade. Okay, and this is in the 80s. A lot of people say these are from the 90s. They're not. They're from the 80s because I had 2 in the 5th grade. And that was the 80s. Okay.
Go ahead.
And so I went on this crusade to find them, and I actually tracked one down and have been slowly trying to complete this set for years. And this one seller on eBay had both of the figures that I needed to complete my set. He
nice.
Just put them up. And that is the Super Dino Monsters.
Oh, let me move that. I wanted to say something about that when you get done.
These are the 2 that I was missing from the set. You can see that they're obviously knockoffs of Ultraman kaijus. And they only have 1 point of articulation across the waist. They twist back and forth. Cheap as hell the way it was done. Mine came from Woolworths. These you'd buy them in Woolworths for like 50 cents. They've all got the same card. They were so cheap, in fact, they were zip tied onto the card. This is how cheap this is. There's 12 in the set. There are color variations.
So now you got all 12?
I have all 12, including I think I have doubles of 3 of them because they're drastic color variations. Like this one right here who's red. I've got him in red and I've got him in like blue. I don't need all the variations. I know that there's probably 2 or 3 versions of each of these, but I've got them. I've now completed my Super Dino Monster collection, carded collection. I have 1 example of each of the 12 pictured on the back of the card. Finally, I love completing these sets. I love completing these sets. But and like I said, I have a couple that are duplicates that are, you know, they're very, very different. Like who is this blue one right here? I have him with brown and with yellow horns, and one has white eyes and one has yellow, you know, whatever like that. But I don't need to go down the rabbit hole of trying to chase a bunch of color variants. But yeah, Johnny says, funny how they zip tied within the card. It's ridiculous. Well, and you know, that I think that's one of the reasons why people think these aren't as old as they are. Keep in mind, zip ties were invented in the 50s. But yeah, you couldn't get cheaper than this. Oh, we only need 1 card. Oh, how are we going to put them on? Blistering them will cost too much. Just zip tie them on. Punch a couple of holes in it. I mean, come on, you can't get cheaper than that. But because I had a couple of these when I was a kid, I wanted them. And they're not terribly expensive, but man, they're hard to find. These are tough to track down, still carded.
So, Racer X said he found an old TV guide from his area and played the whole schedule one morning for that date. including the Mr. Rogers Show. Wow, I was feeling it. Creating my own time machine. I never thought about that. We have some old TV guides that we found, not for our area. We just found them at like thrift stores.
That's what I'm trying to go for when I do those holiday special blocks.
Yeah,
because that's why because I could just string the shows together and throw them up there and people watch it.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to make it feel like it would have felt when they were first out.
Yeah,
so that's why I go and I find the old commercials and put them back in, so that you're sitting there and you're watching whatever Halloween special from like 1982, or was it 1981, 1982, the one with Raggedy Ann and Andy? And then suddenly the screen goes black. Oh, and here comes a pause commercial. Here comes Reese's peanut butter egg commercial from 1986. You see what I'm saying? And that sometimes that just really hits people like, wow, I remember it feels like when you were in that time period. And that's what I'm going for, that kind of nostalgia. But
the part that's so funny, and I don't know if companies can't do it, don't want to do it, but if they go back today, 2026, and play those commercials during commercial breaks, I bet you they'll sell more product.
Because many of them would still be compatible. Like a Reese's peanut butter commercial from the 80s. It's the same thing, basically.
I mean, some commercials haven't changed. I mean, some products haven't changed to the point that you need to. I mean, the packaging
like Pepsi,
has changed, but so what? The commercials were just better. So you would do better selling your product, and you could save money instead of paying these actors and buying these songs that don't match what you're even saying, because you're taking the entire song out of context. Go ahead, show your thing.
But Racer X says awesome with the bumpers, and then Johnny says I put a lot of work into getting the commercials back in the show. Yeah, because you got to identify all the proper ad breaks, and like I was pointing out, the very last Easter one that I did, just that one special, the second one with the bunny hand puppets. It took like 5 hours because I had to merge 3 shitty copies together to get one good one. So the whole block is probably 7 or 8 hours of work, and just to give those feels to people. But this is Johnny's box. As Johnny Future, who's on here today, sent us this package to our
I think I do remember the Spick and Span commercials, because that's where you got the whole phrase when you were talking. It's Spick and Span. I think I do remember it. It'll come back to you, of course, when you watch it.
Stuck on Band-Aid because Band-Aid's stuck on me.
And then the song plays, and then you sing along, and you know every word, and you haven't heard that jingle in like 40 years, but you know every single word, and you're like,
I know, it's crazy.
I remember that. And you remember the commercial, you just remember everything in it. And
there's a bunch of stuff in here.
It really just takes you back.
Now, Johnny, do you want us to read your letter? Johnny sent a letter. I'm gonna read it.
You gotta wait for him to respond. Okay. So you can show what you got while he responds.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to show anybody anything. No, I'm gonna show you, of course. Well, first of all, there's a box of Canada True maple chocolate fudge.
Okay, he said, yeah.
He says, read it. Okay, yes, read it. Canada maple fudge. I love me some chocolate. It says, just a random box full of goodies. Hope you enjoy everything inside. The red bag is from the actual store, Fields, that was in the film First Blood. The store is still an active and operational store today.
Oh, that's cool.
The DVD is for LPH. I know she will enjoy it. Great things go to a great channel, or going to a great channel, and a special treat for our feline friends.
Ooh.
Loyal subscriber, Johnny Future. Thank you, Johnny.
Yay.
Thank you, Johnny. But here we go, Canada, because he was in Canada recently, and he told us he went to where they filmed First Blood, Sylvester Stallone. And that town probably thrives on tourists wandering around in the town looking for shots to take pictures of. But there we go. Canada True Maple Fudge.
Hey, Johnny.
Awesome.
Hey, guys. The change in commercial isn't more evident than during Christmas time. Such a lost feeling of nostalgia. It's a shame.
I've had people tell me that my Christmas commercial blocks made them cry. You know what did it for one person? It was a few people told me this one actually. Is the one with Ronald McDonald and the kids skating. And they're like, oh my God, I remember that. But again, that's why we do it. Well, let's see here. Okay, that obviously must be for the cat. Smarty Cat Tip and Dip.
Darn cat's gonna carry that thing all over the place.
Monkey is insane. Monkey, I took a picture off the wall.
Sight by sight.
Sight by sight. Sight beyond sight. Says your hair looks good.
Thank you.
Yes, it does. I took a picture off the wall, and the little nails in there. Don't you know? He climbed. He stretched himself up on the wall, pulled that nail out with his teeth, and ran away with it. So this is probably right up his alley. Okay. What else do we have?
The Christmas commercial I hate is the Hershey's Kisses. We wish you a merry. And it used to be the actual kisses would ring each bell, but then they had one year where they had like the Chippendale dancers, and then their butts was just ringing instead of the bell.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
I don't know. I don't know if I remember that one.
I do.
I'm going to take that price tag off that. Price tag.
What is that?
Souvenir from the town.
Oh, what's that?
It's a bullet. Well, what it is it says this is the bridge there, that covered bridge that he was crossing. I guess they took it down and they shredded it, and they made Rambo souvenirs out of it.
Oh my God.
So there's a bullet on a necklace with a piece of wood in it instead of a bullet.
See, Racer X, remember them Chippendale dances?
It says you own an authentic piece of the Kawakawa Lake Bridge from Hope, British Columbia, made famous for its use in the original Rambo film First Blood.
Boy, they merchandise anything.
I meant to say that when he talked about the Berlin Wall. I remember I was working in Store 24 at the time that the wall went down. It's a convenience store in Boston. I don't know if it's still around. And we got cases of little glass paperweights with little chips of concrete in it. Authentic pieces of the Berlin Wall. How many of those do you think they made? That wall went around an entire city. But okay, I mean seriously.
Yes, I like that one, Johnny. That's my favorite. When Peter comes home from college and he sneaks in the house, and the little girl gets up.
I've got that one on. I've got that one on my.
I have that on one of mine, and then the mom and dad. Oh, Peter, you're home. I do like that one. I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh man, I remember that Folgers commercial.
Folgers in your cup. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Maple candy from Canada. Maple candy. So I'm guessing that's mine. Let's see what else we have here. A set of Dallas trading cards from Topps.
I ain't trading them cards.
From what year would that have been?
Well, it was all from
1980 something.
Yeah, from like 79.
Because she ain't even on the show anymore.
No, she was on the first 5 seasons, 3, 4, 5 seasons.
Dallas trading cards. I know that's going to be you.
Yay!
Yeah. A set of Superman the movie trading cards.
Oh, that's cool.
I have to assume that. Superman the movie by Topps. Topps made everything in those days. Topps made everything. So there's Superman. Christopher Reeves, the only Superman who got it right. Let me see.
I like Cavill.
Cavill was all right. He did good.
These are different scenes.
Okay. King Kong 60th anniversary complete card set in this box. 60th anniversary card set. So what the stop motion King Kong? Is that the drunk? Sue Ellen's always drunk.
She don't drink no more.
She sobered up for a heartbeat. She did get sober for a moment.
Then they're gonna have the girl that shot JR.
Maybe.
Hmm?
Maybe they will.
No, she in here. Sue Ellen's sister
Oh
shot JR.
boy. Sealed packs of Dallas trading cards from the
Another one?
from these are sealed.
Oh yeah.
See? From the 80s. Made and printed in the USA. Oh, these are Donruss, not Tops. Donruss cards.
These ain't Tops?
It's still 80s.
Don't matter to me now.
It's still 80s.
Oh no, JR on the ground. He done got shot.
Yep. So who shot JR? And there's Joe
Sue
Prime.
Ellen's sister.
Joe Prime says,
Oh.
doom scrolling YouTube, found your live, pretty chill, interesting conversation. We're glad you're able to join us.
I'm over here looking at Dallas trading cards.
Okay.
Okay, let me get back on my job.
So Dallas trading cards, and again, for those of you who are just joining us, this is a box, a goodie box, a care package sent to us by Johnny Future, who is in the chat right now. And it got to us safely, even though a hole was punched clean through this, by the way. You can see there.
Eric says that Hershey Kisses,
the
one with the
bells?
Chippendale dances,
Oh,
make the dog.
you're still on that.
Yeah, because everybody remember them Chippendale dances swinging their behinds all over.
Superman 3 trading cards set with Richard Pryor. That wasn't the best film.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, but it's cool. But hey, and it's all a matter of taste, because my youngest son, his two favorite movies. His two favorite movies, and there's Patrick also joining us.
Patrick.
Was Superman 4, which is considered the worst of the series.
Oh.
He loved that movie. He wanted to watch it over and over again when he was little. Superman 4. Okay. He liked Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Indiana Jones.
Yes, which is a good film.
Yeah.
And James and the Giant Peach.
I don't think I saw that one.
It's pretty good. Stop motion. It's pretty good. But Superman was in there. And 2 pieces of extremely old chewing gum. One for David, one for LPH. Eat me, it says. Eat me, chew me.
Ain't about to happen.
You know what'll happen. This is like 45-year-old gum, 50-year-old gum. You know what happens when you chew gum like this, folks? It dissolves into like a powder in your mouth. And there's Snot Lips joining us. Tops cards and gum. Yeah, I know. It dissolves in your mouth, and then you're like, oh God, I need to spit. And then
you can't, because it sucks up all your moisture.
Yeah, it sucks up all your moisture, and then you can taste it for like 2 days. I've seen people try to chew this stuff on on YouTube videos. You got to be kidding me. Oh, Racer X is eating it. Shame on you, Racer
Oh
X.
no, those sticks of gum were unbroken when he's.
Well, you want to file a claim with the United States Post Office?
They're not gonna do nothing.
I've tried that. I've told the story before. I had, and this was back, but the original collection, the one that was stolen. I had actual Nightmare Before Christmas movie props in that collection. Okay, and I had the candlesticks from that from the town hall when they had the town meeting, and there's like a serpent with his head out of the wall, and there's a flame coming out of it. I had them, and I was missing one, and somebody had it. It turned up on oh God, it wasn't on eBay. eBay was barely getting its feet wet in those days. It was in a magazine. It was in a trade magazine, and the guy shipped it to me, and it got busted up. Okay, it was ruined, and I had to file a claim with the post office. They held on to that package for more than a year.
Good Lord.
Okay. And then sent me a notice to come pick it up that my claim was going to be denied. And I came to pick it up, and it was broken even more. It was damaged further. Instead of being in 3 pieces, it was in like 7. And I'm like, you broke it again. You made it worse. Well, you can file another claim. Why? So I can wait another year for you to tell me no? I don't know how anybody ever gets any money from a USPS claim. I think it's bullshit.
That's the best way to lose weight. You lose that, and you eat all that gum and Twinkies and everything from 50 years ago. It's like being on Ozempic.
This is the bag that Johnny said from that Fields
okay.
store. This is probably all they sell.
Yeah,
Is those souvenir bags in that shop. Oh boy, look at this.
But
it is
it's Batman on
1989 Batman Korean DVD.
So it's in Korean? Is it in Hangul? It don't matter. I already got it anyway.
I don't know, but it's a 4K Ultra DVD Korean version. I don't know if it's got the English. It might. They speak English over there anyway. Obviously, that's for you. It says "Save the Children" on it. Save the children. save the children from North Korea that are crawling under the barbed wire. A bottle of maple syrup in a little souvenir maple leaf bottle.
Put that on our pancakes in the morning.
This is the second time we've gotten this.
Yeah.
You know who else gave us this was Plastic Empire.
When he came,
because he toured our toy museum when he visited from Canada to go to last year's Toylanta.
Yeah.
He brought us a little care package, and one of these was in it.
Yep, you put that. Yeah, you put that on your syrup. I mean, on your pancakes.
You know, or if you're Buddy Elf, you pour it in your coffee. He thought it was syrup, but it wasn't. The guy said syrup, but what he really meant was whiskey. You remember? What is this? Gateway to Holidayland. Welcome to Hope.
That's on there.
Another souvenir.
Oh my God! They got that probably up on the street leading into and out of town.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
R&L Designs. Was it 3D printed? Actually, it looks like it was. I can see the ridge line. Listen.
Yeah, they got a million of that cranked out.
This is 3D printed.
Oh, it's a picture frame.
Yeah, you put a picture in there.
Okay.
In this, so you can pretend like you're wandering down the street looking like the... Oh, well, that was Lonely Man, the name of the song from
Hulk.
From the Incredible Hulk, the original with Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Walking down the street, dun, 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 and you feel sorry for him because he's such a schmuck.
Yeah.
He could have stayed almost anywhere. They were willing to work with him, and he just no. I'm too busy feeling sorry for myself, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep wandering around until I can defeat this Hulk.
He needed to embrace it.
Maple stroopwafel. These are good. I've had stroopwafels.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they are good. Let me see, what else have we got here?
What is that?
Stockholms.
What is that?
Lollipops or suckers, maple leaf lollipops.
That's all. That's diabetes.
Diabetes. Postcards of statues from Hope. There's a statue of the sheriff that does not look like Brian Dennehy. I'm sorry.
That's supposed to be the sheriff?
That is supposed to be Brian Dennehy, the sheriff. I mean, maybe in the right light.
Yeah, if you look at it with your head cocked to the side.
It looks like it's carved out of wood. So it looks, you know, if this is, because look, it's a trunk on the bottom. Ryan Villers.
That was the name
artist,
of the. That's who did that in 22. In 2022, he did that.
I guess. So maybe if this is carved with a chainsaw, I'm willing to be forgiven.
Yeah, I wasn't called.
Racer X wants to know if it's all from British Columbia.
Yes, they are wood.
Okay.
No, they're in Canada.
British Columbia.
Yeah, I know, but the name of the town is Hope.
And then there's the
Hope, British Columbia.
There's the Rambo.
Oh wow, that looks scary.
That jaw is a bit thick, but again,
it's carved out of wood.
If he carved it, it looks like Rambo skipped leg day too. But
not those arms.
Again, if he did this with a chainsaw, I can't fault the man.
Yeah,
because
he did a good job.
That's
with a chainsaw. That's like dude on Groundhog's Day.
And here's another postcard with a Rambo paper doll.
You're supposed to cut that out and glue it together?
Yes. Nobody mails
Hey, Red Hulk.
There's Red Hulk. Nobody mails postcards anymore, and nobody plays with paper dolls anymore. Okay, just saying.
I mail postcards.
That does not look like. That does not look like Rambo.
It doesn't.
Does it look like Rambo to you?
It looked like that figure you got of Rambo.
He's got spoon nails.
Yeah, those hands are.
Oh no, that's got to be for LPH.
What? Boy, look, dude.
The Dukes of Hazzard scrapbook.
Oh,
you know, she has a big Dukes of Hazzard collection. Big Duke of Hazzard collection.
Yes,
so this is the scrapbook, and basically it's, you know, some, I guess, fun facts about the cast, that sort of thing. Does it tell you that Tom Schneider lied about his age in here?
His name ain't Tom.
What's his name?
John.
John Schneider?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, isn't it John? I think so. I think it is John. Yeah, he lied, said he was 24 when he was really 18. Yeah. In the Hulk TV show, the Hulk only showed up to save people and fight bad guys.
Yes, he was like, and if you get deep into the comics, it's split personality disorder from an abusive childhood, and that's the like 3 to 5 year old version of Bruce Banner.
I like the Hulk on the cartoon. The cartoon we were watching.
Oh God, the original.
Yeah.
The original. She's talking about the ones that were done in the 60s, and they just did cutouts of the comics and made them. All right,
K Munin, thank you for watching.
Gotta go. Because the
John.
The John Schneider, thank you. I can't remember. Tom Wopat. I got them mixed up.
Yeah.
John Schneider and Tom Wopat. But where was I? The dialogue in it is fantastic because it looks primitive, but the dialogue is really well done on those. And the voiceovers, the sound effects are nuts. The sound effects make no sense. But let's see here. And a copy of Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
1957. And that can go into our little magazine set up there. Let me take this price tag off.
New Comics Hulk. He's basically Gamma God Hulk.
They do all kinds of weird crap now. But yeah.
I don't like the modern comics.
And this belonged to Diana Ray Gardner because she wrote her name on it in pencil, see? But yeah, again, you can see it actually. We have a magazine. Where is it? We have a magazine rack right here with vintage magazines, and then further back past Santa Claus, we have a vintage newspaper rack with a magazine. You can't see the magazine, so because they're on the other side, and so we do collect vintage magazines and such, and so that will go in there, and that is it.
That's
box
nice.
Is empty. Yeah, that is nice. Thank you very much, Johnny Future, for all of the cool odds and ends here. And
now you have to work them in.
Yeah, now we got to work them in. Try to figure out where, because we're still a work in progress over here. As we're just crunched for time. There's so much to do. We were so far behind schedule with getting the rest of the toy museum up and running. We thought we'd have it done by now. It should have been done months ago, and we just couldn't do it. And now I'm like in overdrive, trying to get rooms, because this is really room 2 in a manner of speaking. Toy room, I don't know, because it's toy rooms 1, 2, and 3, and then the lounge where we are now. And so toy room 1 is up. Toy room 2 and 3 needed to be built. And so we have to, and I've been in the process of doing that. I've put up the studs, I put up the sheetrock, painted it, installed the drop ceiling, got the lights in, and now working on the floor. And then when the floor is done and I got the border up so I can measure things properly between the drop ceiling and the floor, slat walls will go up, And that's when we install the shelving, and then we can get the rest of the collection up and running.
Yeah, get done when they get done. When the Hulk showed up in the TV show, I wanted to be him. I just went crazy.
Patrick remembers the original 70s Hulk. I used to watch it.
I used to watch it, and I liked it as a kid, but when we went back to watch it as an adult, it was so depressing. I couldn't get past, I think we got halfway through season 1.
Yeah.
I don't think we got out of season 1. It was just too depressing.
And I've got the box set. I have all 5 seasons.
Yeah, but boy, I guess when you're a kid, you're not really paying attention to the storyline. You're just waiting for him to turn into the Hulk and fight and do all that. So you're not really paying attention. But then as an adult, you actually pay attention to the story. And you're like, golly, dude, you're too depressing. You bringing me down. I think physical toys will be.
Oh, do we think? Red Hulk wants to know. I want to say no.
What is digital toys?
Because they're not. You're talking about like. I can't remember the term. Oh, Eddie's joining us. I can't remember the term for it, but when it's on
the NFT or
yeah,
whatever.
NFT, I think that's it. Because I think there will always be people who want something tangible.
Yeah,
they want to put their hands on something. That's why DVDs are on an uptick. That's why VHS is coming back. That's why they're selling compact discs in Walmart again, because people remember this stuff, and a lot of people, it's not as big as it once was, but people want to be able to hold something in their hands, something tangible and physical, and actually have it and own it, and not be using a streaming service and then go to watch their show one day and find out that it's been sold to another service and you got to buy that too.
Yeah, like they did with wrestling.
They did it with Dallas.
Because
we watch vintage wrestling, and that happened. That happened with the vintage wrestling where it was all bought out. We couldn't watch it anymore, and it's like, oh, come on!
And nobody paid for no streaming service we don't have just to watch wrestling, because then once it's done, then I don't want to.
It's bad enough. Bad enough. I got to pay for the damn cable. I don't pay for the shows too.
Yeah, and then I ain't going down that road. Yes, Johnny, we love
absolutely.
It.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for thinking of us.
Plus, many movies are not available. That's true. A lot of the movies or the TV shows you even want to see, even if you had every single streaming service, some of them are just not available on streaming services. So it makes it real crazy. So you end up having to go look for it even on Amazon or eBay or something like that. Or if you have those movie watching apps where you can get everything in one spot, sometimes you'll be able to find it. But then with that, because we had that one time and David was trying to watch, I think, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they didn't have the whole series. So you were going through and didn't.
Oh, no, you know what it was? It was Doctor Who.
Oh,
they have a Doctor Who channel.
No, I'm talking about when we had that streaming app on the phone.
Oh yeah, you're right. There were episodes missing. But the Doctor Who one too. And then it's like, because I'm a fan of 2 of the Doctor Who's, the ones I grew up with, John Pertwee and Tom Baker. Those are my doctors. And by the way, if you are familiar with the vintage Doctor Who, that's actually the transition that makes the most sense, because their acting styles are very similar. So when Doctor Who transforms, it felt like it could have been another version of the same guy, unlike the drastic changes you often see. Okay, so they went together. It worked. But trying to watch that on those channels, and you know that they're chapter shows, like Tom Baker or any of those, it could have one storyline could be 2, 4, 6, 8, even 12 episodes long. What good is it if half of them are missing and you can't watch it? And it's like, for God's sakes. And not only that, but they bog you down with ads. You watch a show that's supposed to be an hour show, and it takes an hour and 48 minutes to watch it, because there's commercials, and they can't even drop the commercials in the right spot. It just pops up out of nowhere. You know, there are ad breaks that are built in. If you use them,
Yeah, a lot of that Hanna-Barbera stuff is already available on Tubi. Tubi is really good. It's a good go-to for vintage TV, movies, and then those specialty ones like we talked about before. If you like kung fu movies, they're good for that.
Yeah.
They're good for some cartoons, cheesy disaster films, stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're still bogged down with ads.
Yeah, you are bogged down with ads, but it's available. You know what I mean? And it's free. And I'm anti-paying for anything. So I just suck it up and watch it.
Yeah,
you know?
and then it's again, if you have it physical media, you don't have to watch. And this is Joe Prime.
He's been here.
Oh, did I miss it?
Yeah. We've been talking to him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can file a claim for me on that broken gum.
Yeah, I'll get it back in 2 years and they'll tell me they can't help me. But if you own it physically, you don't have to watch the ads. And you don't have to worry about things having been cut out or, other alterations or music changed or things like that, because they do that.
Yeah. Richard says he don't have a TV. He got a 4K supported projector that he bought on sale.
Oh.
So he watched everything on the projector. Yeah, I believe Tubi is the best service out there. It just got a lot of options. So, but again, you will have to pay, not pay, put up with the commercial blocks, but they do have good stuff on there.
Yeah. And they're talking about the Doctor Who here. Racer X said that's a lot of shows. Who ran for a long time. Yeah, since the early 60s.
And it's still running.
Since the early, well, it's on its last legs. It's got nails are in the coffin on that now. Red Hawk, the Hair Bear Bunch. Yeah, from Hanna-Barbera, the Hair Bear Bunch. And they had big multicolored afros.
Wow, 100 Warner Brother cartoons this year. That is a lot. I like a lot of the Warner Brothers cartoons. And they have some of the DC movies. Pluto got really bad ad breaks, and then sometimes they don't play ads, they just play that stupid Tubi Pluto
logo
song. Yeah.
Joe, I think you're correct. Tom Baker ran the longest. I think he was the Doctor for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
8 seasons.
Oh, wow.
He was also the most popular, at least in my day. I have, as some of you know this, the very first toy ever produced by Doctor Who in the Toy Museum. The very first thing they ever produced for children in the Toy Museum. I've shown it before. It's extremely rare. Because I still got it in the box.
Oh, that costume you got?
Yeah, the Dalek.
Yeah.
The original Dalek.
We found that at the Retro
Toy Swap. And I'm like, what is this even doing in America? Because it was sold in London by Barrick in like 1963 under licensing from the BBC. And it's like the most incredible, goofy, uncomfortable looking, stupid thing. Because I'm like, how the hell is anybody supposed to use this? I've demonstrated it before. When Pixel Dan was here, he had a field day with that thing.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh my God, I've got to see this. Because it's like, how the hell could anybody play with this thing? It's ridiculous. But he showed it on his channel. Oh, Custom God says Tom was the Doctor actually for 7 seasons. Okay. I said 8, but he says it's 7.
Scarecrow Video Store does rent DVDs and Blu-rays by mail like Netflix used to do. I remember Netflix used to rent by mail. And Richard says that projector shows 120 inches once it's shown up on the wall.
Johnny wants to know about it. It's in the original box, but the box is open.
You haven't seen that, Johnny?
It's unplayed with. I can show it to you if you guys want to see it. You want me to pull it out? I can go because it's accessible. I've shown it a few times. Like I said, when Pixel Dan was here. Also, what's his name? From Plastic Empire was fascinated with it too because it's just Tuck is here. Stopping by to say hi. We appreciate it.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
in
in the
boxes.
next room.
It's
It's in
available.
toy room
Well, just
1.
go
Johnny's
ahead and
asking.
get it.
Yeah.
You know you want to show it.
I don't mind showing it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind showing it.
He's gonna go grab it real quick.
Yeah.
So y'all can see it. I'm surprised, Johnny, you haven't seen it. It's shown it like a million times.
People are fascinated with it.
Scarecrow Video is a video store that has 2 stories tall with billions of DVDs, VHS, etc. to rent. Also, the library is a good place to borrow DVDs and records, CDs. I used to go there to borrow DVDs and CDs, and I used to go home and burn the CDs, but
Yeah.
I probably seen it, but need to see it again.
This is it. Dalek play suit by Bearwick. A Bearwick suit. It's the equivalent of a Halloween costume. I said 63. It's actually, I believe it's actually 1965.
Mm-hmm.
Made under licensing from.
Thank you, Richard.
Richard gave us a donation for our cat shelter. Thank you very much. And it is 20 too. It is currently 20. This is very difficult to find, especially stateside. I've only ever seen pieces of this for sale on eBay, and it can be quite astronomically expensive. This is the original box with instructions, okay? And it's like the stupidest toy in the world, but I mean, you know.
He said 1965.
Yes, 1965. And it's just so unique. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of damage to one of the eyes. I cannot fix it. This is the helmet, okay? And it has pieces that you can insert. Bearwick spared no expense, because what they did was they took a ping pong ball and drilled a hole in it and stuck a piece of blue PVC piping in there. And this is exactly what it looks like. This is not a reproduction. This isn't something someone just did. This is what Bearwick did, and it goes right in there. It goes right in there, and that's his little Dalek eye, right? And then I know it's so cheap. Then you have the grabber arm, right, which is like this suction cup on this wooden stick that's been painted red. This is the authentic one. This is what they did. Okay. And then this other stick with this blow mold, extremely, like, got to be careful, extremely paper thin piece of plastic with this red electrical tape on it. And that is the authentic one. This is exactly how this was manufactured. And these are the wands, all right? A hand and a gun. Now the helmet, blow mold plastic top. These 3 pieces, the white pieces, are glued onto the dome. So from the inside, there's moldings for them, but I can't fix this. I'm not going to even risk trying to take this off to pop that back in where it got damaged. But that's blow mold plastic. Again, very thin. The silver part is spray painted cardboard. Okay? It's cardboard with slats through it for the child to see. And then underneath here, you've got these vinyl straps, vinyl hooks, and then a metal ring that the upper part has actually been riveted to hold the straps in place. Okay? And so basically the idea is that the child would fit this over their head like this, and the straps, and it's not going to fit me, obviously, it's too small.
The vintage poet is here.
Hey, vintage poet. The straps are supposed to go under the child's arm to secure it. So they're walking around like this with their arms up because you can't put them down because you got straps under them now. And you have to find your way around looking through these slats. Yeah, the Saturday morning wants to know how many of these are broken after one day. Probably all of them.
Okay. Except for that one.
Except for this one, because nobody played with this one. I know. The suit is this paper thin vinyl smock. Okay. Which is about 3 feet long. It's a skirt. There's nothing here to secure this. All right. You hold it up with your arms by putting your hands through these holes. That's why they're cut out like that. So you've got to walk around with it like this with the helmet on your head strapped under your arms. And you actually literally hold the wands in your hands.
Oh, wow.
Through the holes. Okay? Like that. And in case you think I'm kidding, it's actually demonstrated in the artwork because you can see the little hands holding the wands in the picture. See? So that in case you sat there and said, "Oi, what's all this then with this with these holes and I've got to hold it up like that and hold these things in my hand?" Well, it's in the picture, Jack. You should have paid attention. It was only available in red. The only variation I've seen is that there were different color ping pong balls used for the eye. This is like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. What? Can you imagine? And they're almost, it's impossible to find these. It really is. I've shown this before, and I've seen people, even people from the UK were like, "My God, I can't believe you have that." In the States, yes. And yeah, Saturday morning says no Halloween candy bag for that kid. Yeah, you couldn't carry your wands. And can you imagine if some other kid wanted to deck you and steal your bag? You can't even get out of this thing. You'd be tripping over this, and you got that helmet strapped on top of your head, and your arms are stuck, and it's ridiculous.
Racer X is made in the 60s is probably radioactive.
Yeah, it's probably like pure asbestos and uranium. But it's just this is just you can smell it.
We found it here in Georgia at the Retro
Toy Swap. A guy had it at one of the booths.
Yeah.
And I saw the box and I was like, "Oh my goodness, you got to be kidding!" And he gave me a real good price on this.
Yeah.
I was shocked. He gave me a really good price on this, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, absolutely, I'm taking this home." Because like I said, it's the goofiest thing in the world. And I could probably do a whole independent video. I probably should, for other people to see. Just demonstrating this. I wish I had a way to set it up, because all I can do is just kind of hold it up and show you. There's no way I could ever put this thing on. It's way too small. But you just imagine being a kid in the 60s and you're all excited. "Oi, my dad bought me a Dalek play suit." And then you pull it apart and it's this.
It was made in 1965.
1965. And it's like, again, how uncomfortable must this have been to have on? And you get these, again, straps under your arms. You can't see. You got this vinyl smock hanging off of your wrists because it's the only way to keep it on. The wands are like total crap. And again, they're really, I've only ever seen pieces for sale, like on eBay or whatever. It's extremely rare, but I have one. I wish I could demonstrate it outside the box and, put it on display in a museum somewhere or whatever, but it is what it is. I'm happy to even have it. And it's like, preserved as well as it is. And I do my best to try to keep it nice and safe, you know. But yeah, one of the weirder, rarer things that we have.
Racer said he thought the derelicts were silver and dark blue.
The Daleks are they've been done in a multitude of different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know, red, blue, yellow, whatever. They do all kinds.
And David said he was trying to get the Black Star Ice Castle last week, but the guy was playing games with him about business tactics to try to raise the money. I mean, raise up the price.
That's a nice piece too. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's what people do.
That's what people do.
It's like, why you even bothering if you know you want more money than just post it for more or put a price that you want. Don't take offers. Yeah, and be like, oh yeah, you know, I need this, and you know, it's really rare, and blah blah blah.
We've had people do that to us at shows too. Where
Yeah,
they have something now. Well, what do you want for this? Well, I'm not sure I even really want to sell it. Why'd you bring it? What is it doing here then?
Yeah.
I mean, God, why'd you bring that here? To show it off?
Yeah, basically.
You draw people to your booth, and then the stuff that's actually cool you don't want to sell, and oh, but they're just going to buy your other garbage.
Yeah, and nobody want that other garbage.
Nobody wants that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Star Castle is fragile, says Saturday morning.
I don't know if I ever saw the Black Star Castle.
You know, another one that's really fragile and it's huge, and the box, if there is a box, always looks like shit, is the Sectars Castle. The Sectars playset, man, that thing, it's just a blow mold, but it's big. It's like 3 feet tall.
Oh, really?
And the box, I've seen them with the box a couple of times. It shows the box is just torn to bits because, you know, whatever, it's been around forever. Yeah, no problem. Johnny says, thanks for showing. No, it's okay. I mean, if I can show somebody something, if it's handy, I don't mind. You know, I don't mind sharing it with people. But that's, again, found it at the Retro Toy Swap a couple of years ago. And it's just such an oddity.
Hey, Leonard.
I'm a fan of
Leo.
Brian. That's Brian.
It says Leo and Brian.
And Brian, but that's Brian.
Oh, Brian.
That's actually Brian
from Lou.
That's actually, no. That's Brian on the motorcycle in the picture.
Which Brian?
It's not the Brian you're thinking.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. That's a different Brian.
It's a different Brian.
Hey, Brian, the different Brian.
It's such an oddity. It's a piece of toy history. It's a piece of toy history, which I love that. Again, a fan of the original or the vintage Doctor Who's, you know, I enjoy that.
I saw a couple of episodes of Doctor Who. I didn't care for it.
Well, which Doctor Who did you see?
The one that you were watching.
Which one? You don't know.
The Tom Baker one.
Was it Tom
when
Baker?
You was watching it on Pluto.
Oh, you weren't paying attention.
Leo is his old cat.
Was his old cat.
So Leo and Brian. The cat name is Leo. David, do you know anyone else who has that? Even just a costume without the box?
No. Most, I don't know I've hardly spoken to anyone that even knew it existed. You know, that there was such a thing as that. But, yeah.
You get nobody's made
I don't know I don't think anybody's made an offer on it. I don't know if I would want to sell it anyways, because I doubt I'd ever find another one. And again, the only variations I've seen are differences in colors of the eye. I've seen a blue one, I'm pretty sure, a blue eye instead of a yellow one. Oh, Filmation Ghost, are we planning on getting the Ghostbusters cartoon this year?
He said toys.
Oh, toys. I thought he was talking about the cartoon. I wish. I wish. The show's primitive. We tried to watch the Filmation Ghostbusters. Let's go Ghostbusters from Saturday morning.
You didn't say that, did it?
Let's go Ghostbusters. Let's go. And they go through like this they go through like this weird time warp thing to put their uniforms on. You don't remember?
I mean, I remember us trying to watch it, and I remember saying that I don't remember it being that cheesy.
It was extremely primitive. It was written for a very young audience. But the toys, classic.
Yeah.
I like the toys. out of my price range.
Yeah,
that stuff
way
is
out.
very expensive.
I
That
got
stuff's
the
very
remakes
expensive.
that came out when I think NECA, did the remakes. I got those because they were cheap.
And
But
I don't have oh no,
David said that castle had like 5 cracks in it.
I'm not surprised. That's the original Tom Baker Doctor Who comic there. For the US release from Marvel Comics. Not the first appearance, but the first Tom Baker comic. The back of the comic's better than the cover. It's got an art panel on the back that's actually pretty impressive.
Saturday Morning said they don't even think that the Doctor Who Museum got that thing in it.
Really? I'm surprised.
Richard says he wondered if they ever made a prototype of Mothra for the Shogun Warriors. I read somewhere that was next Shogun Warrior monster.
I don't believe so. You would have to, if you wanted one, it would have to come from Popey from Japan, and you better have a lot of money.
So you gotta be rich.
That stuff is extremely expensive. This is the Ghostbusters I'm most familiar with, and that's the original Saturday morning live action Ghostbusters that the film is based off of. They came out in the mid-70s on Saturday mornings on, I believe, ABC, which still holds up in my opinion. This is funny. This is actually a lot of fun to watch. And they modified it into that cartoon. But this is not primitive, the dialogue and everything like the Filmation cartoon was.
Oh, okay.
And when did this come out? 75 or 74? I don't remember. 75, I think. It doesn't say. I think it was 75. But this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And that's, of course, the one. This is what Dan Aykroyd based
the movie
his
off
film
of?
off of. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what he based his film off of. And Doctor Who also had an action figure series, Amigo action figure series that was sold by Palitoy and Hallbro in Italy.
David's gonna go get you some more figures, Doctor Who figures to look at. But anyway, Blue Spash was saying the guy had the Trobits hot air balloon spaceship, which is extremely rare, but he was doing the same business tactic with that too. So it's like, why are you even bothering coming out trying to sell your wares if you know you don't want to sell it? It's like you wasting everybody's time, your time and the people looking, if you know good and well you have no intentions on selling. Just go back home.
Yeah, this is the Tom Baker. This was made in 1979. This is Harbert made this, and Harbert was Italian. It's an Italian company. Palitoy made the exact same figure in the UK. Okay, same box, same everything, just different language because this is in Italian. They made everything pictured here. Okay, Doctor Who, Leela, the TARDIS, a Dalek, a Cyberman, and the super robot right there. All of these, whether you get them from Palitoy or from Harbert, are insanely rare. It's in boxed versions are almost unheard of. With most of the rest of them, the Doctor Who is probably the one you're most likely to find. The rest of this stuff, good luck. And they're technically Mego. They were licensed, I believe, out of Mego, and they are in a 9-inch format, not 8-inch.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And this one's mint in the box. He's unplayed with in this box. I would love to complete this series, but it's not likely. It's
unless you win the lottery.
Even if I won the lottery, even finding any of this stuff available for sale is almost impossible. It's just not out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not out there to buy. So that's what, but the Doctor, like I said, the Doctor, he turns up in the box. But I guess obviously they would have made more of him than the other characters, because he's the main character, but the other figures were made in short supply, and so they're very, very difficult to find. I believe they made a K9 also. I think they made a K9 also. He's not pictured, but
Racer X had that scarf as a kid. A family member knitted one for him. Looks just like that. I didn't like any other doctor. David got that Pertwee doctor from Mezco. Didn't you get that Pertwee or something? Pertwee doctor?
That was Big Chief Studios.
Big Chief Studios.
Big Chief Studios. They went out of business.
But you got the figure, didn't you?
I did have the figure. I did a review of it. I ended up having to get rid of it because all of his color was bleeding.
Oh no!
Yeah, the whatever they dyed his clothing with, it was bleeding through, and all of his clothes were changing colors.
Jesus.
Yeah, it just is what it is. They just don't make stuff like they used to.
No, they don't care.
And it's like, I've got GI Joes from the '60s that didn't happen with their clothing. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Really, Saturday Morning says they gave K9 his own movie. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. K9 was a popular character on that show in the '80s. Tom Baker, late '70s, early '80s, or through the '80s, Tom Baker era. K9 was very popular, and there were two of them. Because K9 left with Ramona, and then but he had another one, and nobody knew. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He had two of them. It's a little robot dog, very, very useful. Snotlips wants him to go back to using wooden nails. Anything like how they used to do it, that's better than what they're doing now. Because it feels like all they're doing now is ripping people off.
Well, if they just go back to having some morals and value and pride in their work, that would be a massive start. Because if they did that, then they won't use cheap products, and you'll get better quality goods instead of being, let's crank out as much as we can, as cheap as we can.
Yeah.
And put no care and thought into the product. So they go back to just caring. You will get a better product.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Yeah, because you can get some good, solid quality plastic if you say, okay, we want to use plastic or vinyl or whatever. You can find some stuff that is good quality, but they don't. They get like the cheapest, so we can get it out there cheap, raise the price to ridiculous, astronomical prices, and as much as we can.
Yeah, and people pay for it, though. That's the problem. And I've made the point before, too, like that the oldest toy in the museum, that Structo pressed steel clockwork tank. 90 years old. Still works. Still works. It's never been worked on, as far as I know. Doesn't look like it's ever been opened up. Because, they press steel, so they bend all of the clamps in. Doesn't look like it's ever been opened. It works.
Yeah.
Why does it still work? It's 90 years old. Why do my '60s GI Joes still hold up? Yeah, Johnny remembers the tank. The Structo tank's incredible. Yeah, it really is. But they just don't care. Why are the Fisher Price Adventure People figures like little bricks? You can't break them up.
I think that K9 went with Sarah Jane because they had the Sarah Jane Adventure.
They had the Sarah Jane Adventures show. I remember that. It was a spinoff. But when he left Sarah Jane, he left her in the wrong place and just kind of took off. I'm pretty sure it was with Ramona. Ramona, the other Time Lord, that was paired up with him during the they were supposed to be looking for a series of crystals for the White Guardian, and it turned out to be the Black Guardian, and it was the same plot basically as Pirates of the Dark Water.
We talked about that in the video. In about 20, 30 years, I don't think people will be collecting toys or really anything after our generation of people die off or stop collecting, because nobody really, younger people really don't collect like all that. You can't collect video games anymore because they don't make
It's
them.
all streamed, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you collect vintage ones, unless you play vintage systems, and they still work. I mean, and again, you know, I've got talking GI Joes from the 60s that are on the shelf in there, and they still talk. I can go grab one and pull the string and he'll speak. Why does that still work? And then you got stuff nowadays and it's falling apart or breaking down months even after you purchased it. Big complaint also with the clothing. How come the Tank Commander's leather jacket from GI Joe from like 1965 is still intact, but you get a leather jacket on your Terminator figure from Hot Toys that you bought last year and it's shredding? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it goes back to, again, cheap material, just pressing it out, making as much as you can for as cheap as you can. That's just it. Most games today are made for mobile game units and not home consoles. Do they even make home consoles?
Yeah,
they still do,
but it connects online.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But I mean, I've got our vintage systems, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine sitting there playing Sega Genesis. I don't need a new system. I don't even care.
I don't play games.
Yeah, I've got the Sega Genesis, Nintendo NES, GameCube, and Super Nintendo, and 64. And I think I've got the PlayStation 2. And the Xbox 360 is the most advanced system I have. And I don't need anything beyond that. I hardly ever touch the damn thing.
Yeah.
I like usually it's going to be Nintendo NES or Sega Genesis if I feel like playing a game.
Oh, you're talking about that K9 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I see what you're saying. Boxer Pick says, all right, you're right. Mark 1 stayed with Leela on Gallifrey. Mark II stayed with Romana in E-Space. And K9 Mark III was gifted to Sarah Jane Smith. I didn't see Mark III then.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't remember the Mark III. Sega Altered Beast. Yeah, I believe I do.
And do you have TurboGrafx?
16? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I don't know what none of that means.
I don't think so. I have an Atari 2600 Saturday morning.
Oh, do you?
I hardly ever touch it though.
You don't mess with none of that stuff.
What have I had time recently? I don't have any time. I don't have any free time anymore. But you know, I used to more often. Not absorbed. I did enough of that when I was young. You know, spending way too much time with that stuff. And as I got older, didn't want to stay absorbed in it. But I can go back to it every once in a while. But I haven't had time for a long time. It's just way too much going on.
No, Johnny, we haven't been watching Dallas. We were watching it on streaming.
Yes.
And it's no longer streaming.
Pulled it out from under us.
So now we got to buy the next season. We're on season 11. So we got to buy 11 to 14.
Oh, please.
So we can finish. Or we can do what we did the last time. Just wait about 6-8 months and it'll come back to streaming.
Turn up somewhere.
Yeah, it'll come back to streaming and we'll just pick up at season 11.
Yeah.
It don't bother me none. So either way, I'll finish it one day or next. You know, we did that because they did that with Falcon Crest. We were watching Falcon Crest going strong, and then they quit and we stopped watching it. And then about a year later, it started streaming again and we picked up where we left off.
Yeah. No, I do not have ET for Atari 26. I did when I was a kid.
I remember that as a kid.
Yeah. It was a terrible game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the worst ones that they produced. But because my first Atari 2600, I bought from another kid who didn't want it anymore. With my own money that I earned myself, he had the Atari 2600 and X number of games.
He sold you all the games too?
Yes, he sold me the entire package.
Oh wow, that was nice.
And I hooked it up to my little black and white TV and played Atari. But because I couldn't put it on the other TV because that wasn't going to happen. But I had my own little black and white TV, and that's what I played it on. But yeah, that was my own first system that I had myself.
My first system was the Nintendo. My mom and
the
dad.
NES.
Yeah. My mom and dad bought it for me for Christmas with Mario and Duck Hunt and World Class Track Meet. Only games I had. Ain't nothing else. I bought myself what's that one? Oh, I can't think of the name now. Zelda, Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay.
I had bought when that came out. I had saved up some money. I don't know why I wanted a game, and that came out, and I bought it and played that for a while. But I'm not good at video games anyway, so it was all right. I never got into them and knew how to do all of the tricks and stuff like that.
And then the NES I bought myself when that came out, and I wasn't living at home anymore then. And my favorite game from that was Low G Man. I used to play Low G Man a lot. And Elevator Action, because I used to play Elevator Action really well in the arcade. It was harder on the home system because doing it like this with little buttons is a lot harder than having a joystick. Xenophobe is the same way. Xenophobe, I was really good in the arcade, but playing it on NES, very, very hard. Trying to keep up with just buttons. And then the Sega Genesis I bought for myself when Woolworths was going out of business, and when it hit half price, that's when I picked it up and got some of those games. And I really, really liked Golden Axe 2, Streets of Rage 2. That's another one too. Golden Axe 2, I could finish it in the arcade without getting hit even one time. Home system, trying to mash little buttons, couldn't do it. Couldn't keep up. But there you go.
Saturday morning says E.T. and 2600 Pac-Man port helped lead to the video game crash in America. And it made me think, we just watched a documentary, a little mini documentary on the crash and burn of malls in America, and how it got started, and of course what killed it, and of course they talked about the internet and all of that, and then they started talking about what are they doing, what are these cities doing with the old mall buildings, and some of them have turned them into like hospitals and like these one-stop shop community centers where you got like offices, food, and like community event centers and stuff like that. And some places want to turn them into public housing and all kind of weirdness like that. And it's like, yeah, because those are some big old buildings. And it's like, what do you do with those buildings? They're just like eyesores now, where before it was like, man, a mall.
Yeah, and it's extremely expensive actually to even demolish those buildings.
Yeah.
Because there's so much going on in them. You got to tear out infrastructure as you go, and that trying to separate things instead of just doing it as straight scrap can be very expensive. Even just hauling away in landfill. So if they can avoid tearing one down, that's a good thing.
That's all video games. You ran around shooting things.
I don't remember that one. I don't know, Johnny. He's talking about a specific game. I'm not sure.
Oh, he has Michael Jordan cards because they're close to 10,000 plus right now.
Oh boy.
They don't want to have to take them down. Yeah.
No, if they can avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a mall near here. We drove by one last week, and they totally took them all down. It's nothing in its spot right now, but others are still standing, just empty, and
Yeah,
there's
they're
no
probably going to build
stores.
another shopping center right on top.
I remember they took one down and they tore it down and put a Walmart in its spot.
Like we need another Walmart.
Let's watch the same channel. I just watched a video showing old malls turn into medical centers. It probably was the same one.
Might be.
They took the anchor stores and they made the anchor stores like medical centers and research centers, and then the smaller stores they made into other things like office buildings or like a medical park, doctor's offices and stuff like that. And I like seeing if they have old buildings, like especially shopping centers, that they take the shopping center and do something with it instead of leaving it there and then cutting down 5-10 acres worth of trees and building another shopping center. It's like you already got a shopping center. And does your town need another shopping center? Do you even need the stores that would be in the shopping center when you got similar stores in the same city or town or whatever? And it's just, I don't know. I guess you have to be a city planner to understand how all that works. But to me, it just feels like a waste of space, and you cutting down natural resources to build buildings that the town doesn't even need. So
yeah, or want. Unfortunately, they don't need it. They don't want it. There's too many versions of it out there anyways. And your tax dollars are paying for it because they're getting tax breaks to bring so-called revenue to the community. But somebody's got to pay for it. So something's going up somewhere. Something's getting increased.
Rock Lord's movie is 40 years old. You got a bunch of Rock Lords.
I have a handful of Rock Lords. I have like 5. I don't even remember their names. I don't even remember their names because it's been so long since I've even tried to look for a Rock Lord because they're getting expensive. They're getting expensive. I've got 4 Gnarlies and I've got like 5 Rock Lords, and I don't I don't remember who they are because it's been forever since I've even thought about it. I've even thought about it because you never see them at shows anyway.
See you, Richard.
Oh no, Richard's got to go. You never see them at shows, and online they're expensive. So I'm just like, yeah, I've got too many irons in the fire to be worried about Rock Lords right now. But it would be nice.
Yeah.
Because I do like them, but you know.
Everybody fights Walmart, and then they build it anyway. And everybody goes to Walmart.
Because no matter what you say, if that town council thinks that they're going to squeeze some tax dollars out of it, they're going to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter.
I don't. Anyway, Solitaire, the female Rock Lord, is getting high price even loose now.
And of course it is. And then there's the Japanese ones, and you know, whatever.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that is the name of it.
Who knows?
I just watch, I just watch whatever the thumbnails say, and if it sounds interesting, I'll watch it.
Oh yeah.
I don't really pay too much attention to what it is, but I know I watched something earlier this week about that mall, and it was just interesting show. It wasn't that long ago. I might can find it and tell you the name of it.
Who knows?
But I like shows like that. America's Biggest Mistake. Yeah, it was the History Archive. America's Biggest Mistake.
Okay.
Malls. Yeah, probably Malls was perfect or something like that. I thought it was pretty good.
It was all right. It was all right. What are you going to do? But it was part of the culture that we grew up with, and it's just kind of fallen apart, faded away now. There is still some malls out there, not as many as they were, and certain ones that were built in certain places that weren't sustainable are coming apart now because they're either not safe, the area is not safe,
no,
or
then now they have these teen takeovers.
Oh, God.
That's happening a lot here in Georgia,
Yeah.
in different places at like mall. Yeah, it's malls, because they still do have a lot of malls here in Georgia.
Mhm.
And then because the kids put it all on social media, hey, we're gonna take over this place. So now they beef up police in that area on those dates and times to get all of the kids out. So nowhere is safe. And I know a few years ago they had a big curfew at malls
Yeah.
for if you were under, I guess, 18, you couldn't be in the mall without a chaperone after so many hours. But I never really had the mall experience because, like I told y'all, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. The mall was like 70 miles away. We went to the mall once a year. So you didn't go to the mall on the weekends and just hang out. So I didn't do all that. Once they invented the replicator, all retail is over.
They're trying. That's the whole idea behind the 3D printer. Just
Yeah.
make your own things. Although 3D printers are still unreliable. I don't care how good they are. They still screw up. The stuff crumbles, or I've heard a lot of complaints from people about liquid seeping out of them, or it falling apart and being like dust. You know, just crumbling like little sand.
Yeah.
It's an unreliable service, an unreliable system. I feel bad for all those people that maybe they had like an action figure or some replacement accessory that was 3D printed, like the Godzilla fists, where I had that Godzilla was missing the fist. I found an authentic fist to replace it. You can get a 3D printed fit. No, why? So that it can dissolve and then ruin the rest of the toy. I don't trust none of that.
Crazy mall rat teens would just hang around the malls in the 90s. It was a cool place for them. And I think parents just thought it was safe. Okay, you have one contained location. You got your little friends. You ain't getting on my nerve for a couple of hours. So yeah, you go to the mall and you wander around. Here's $10. Get yourself something to eat. And you wander around. I'll come back and pick you up about 6.
Yeah,
drop them off 9 o'clock in the morning, pick them up 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You got the whole day to relax and get them out of your hair.
Until you got the collect call. They get on the payphone. I'd like to make a collect call to such and such, and the person would answer the phone. Hello, you have a collect call from Pick Me Up at the Mall. Would you like to accept this call?
No.
If no, then just hang up. I didn't have that experience though, because if I was going to the mall, I was going by myself, and if I was coming home, I was coming home by myself. Nobody was picking me up. Nobody was dropping me off. That's not helping. That's not happening.
Ooh, 3D printed shelves, toy shelves. Ooh, if that deteriorates.
But you can buy those.
Yeah, man, and if you go on Facebook Marketplace, I bought some shelves to go for the slat walls. It was 110 shelves. Somebody on Facebook Marketplace was selling for $25. And if you go on like eBay, you get 20 of them, I think, for $100 or something crazy like that. It's a lot. So, okay, I think I would get like, because I've been asking around and people that say and advertise that they do 3D printing, and I'll say, do you do custom stuff? And I'll ask them to make me something, and I cannot get anybody to make me anything.
No.
So then I just quit. And, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just do it out. But, you got people that say they're going to do something. But like David said, I've heard people say, it deteriorates. But imagine you got a hot toy figure on one of those 3D printed shelves, and it dissolves and your little hot toy figure falls, and it's like up, and everything below it is just gonna crash and burn.
Like that guy with those NECA quarter scale Ninja Turtles, and one of them fell off his shelf, fell 2 feet and shattered. it blew to pieces, and he was like, I can't believe this thing just blew apart like this. The joints are all broken, and it didn't even fall that far. You don't know how much they can take, how fragile they ultimately are.
Brian said malls are scary.
Nowadays, some of them are.
Just buy one.
Just buy a show.
I've seen those I haven't seen them in person. I've seen them on the internet, those 3D printed houses.
That's different though, because it's basically just spraying concrete in a pattern. It's a long arm.
Yeah,
and it goes along like this, like it's laying bricks or it's laying out and builds up basically it just makes all the walls with quick drying concrete. It's not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
So that actually works.
I don't think I want to live in it.
It doesn't look very pretty. It's pretty rudimentary. It's very rudimentary.
I bet you they don't want rudimentary prices.
Saturday Morning says put dinos on the show. Those are very fragile.
Hi, Kaiser. People are weird nowadays, regardless. People look at you like a deer in the headlights if they have to talk to you.
Yeah, they're not used to human interaction. They interact on their phone all day or on the computer, and then when you have to be face to face with somebody, it gets weird for them.
Yeah, but they got 1,000 friends on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram.
1,000? They got more than that.
I know.
All their friends are on Facebook. Thousands and thousands of them. I get recommendations on Facebook for somebody to be my friend all the time. And it's usually some guy who joined Facebook like 3 hours ago, and he's Chinese. I'm serious. You think I'm kidding? I get the whole Kwang Zhao Pao, we recommend as being your friend on Facebook. Joined Facebook 3 hours ago. And it's like, come on. It's got scam written all over it. Why are you helping this?
Because it's Facebook. 1,000 friends you've never met. Exactly.
You don't want to meet them. That's how you end up missing. You end up on the side of a milk carton if you go meet some of those friends.
They don't even make milk cartons no more. And they don't put kids on there no more.
That's why Zuckerberg's being sued now. Because of that girl who got killed meeting somebody from Facebook. That's why, if you've seen he's in hearings right now, Mark Zuckerberg, because they're accusing him of making Facebook addictive. No shit. Social media is addictive. I never realized that. They knew that media like that was addictive all the way back in the 30s when they first started rolling TV out. Okay. And it goes back that far when all broadcasts were limited and live, and only super wealthy people owned a TV set. And they really figured that out in the 50s when TV went mainstream and everybody could buy a TV set. Okay. And that's when the television era really started.
Hey, Frankenfrog.
Frankenfrog's joining us. Yeah, face on a milk carton. Yeah.
That's so 80s.
It is, but hey, you get the point. They always knew media was addictive, period. Any type of media. Of course, Facebook can be addictive to people if people allow themselves to get sucked in. And so there's this lawsuit because this girl, and I'm be a little snarky here because it's my opinion though, this teenager got in trouble going out to meet some boys and got hurt. Then she got in trouble again going out to buy fentanyl from somebody that she met on Facebook and lost her life. Okay. And this is what the lawsuit's about. And I'm like, Mama, where were you when she was talking to strange boys and went to meet them? Mama, where were you when, after she was assaulted the last time, still let her on Facebook and still didn't monitor her, and she ended up going looking for fentanyl? And you want to sue Zuckerberg? What did he do? He put something out there that you're not paying attention to. And granted, you can't be responsible for everything that a teenager does, because there are kids that are just going to do whatever, no matter how good of a parent you are. But as much as I don't like Zuckerberg and as much as I don't like Facebook, can't really blame him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's a conversation for another channel.
I know.
another time.
I know. I don't usually go down the political or social
Yeah.
channel. So we'll go ahead and fix that. And I'll let you once again look at Gonga and beware, because Gonga loves you. Gonga loves you. Oh, buddy. These go for quite a bit now. These and the dog. You see the dog in the picture?
Yeah.
A little sad dog. If you can find these really clean with the tags, especially, people pay a lot for some of these. You'd be shocked, because they remember them, and brings back those nostalgic feels and makes them. Yeah, Saturday Morning says Gonga reminds me of Congo. You can find those action figures pretty cheap too, from the movie Congo. I don't think those ever went up in value. From the 90s, Congo and the original Stargate from Kenner, and the Land of the Lost figures from the reboot show that was terrible. Those aren't very expensive. We did some 3 videos back in the day on this. They're up in our archive of recommendations for 70s, 80s, and 90s action figures that are still affordable. That because that's a big thing for a lot of people. Oh, vintage action figures, they cost too much. Not all of them. Not all of them. There you go, Frankenfrog. Gonga, we love you too. I know, he's awesome. Yeah, Saturday Morning says the 80s Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. plushies they can be very expensive. They can be really surprisingly expensive. The old ones, and any old Pac-Man merchandise, and there was a ton of it. The Pac-Man merchandise, they were cranking stuff out in the 80s. They had the stickers and the trading cards. Well, I think it was mostly stickers and rub-off cards, right?
No,
it was like a rub-off game. And Tomy had the little wind-up Pac-Man and Ghosts. Well, they had done famously the little robots too. You all might remember the little walking little silver robot with the red dome. I actually have a couple of them in the other room that they did Pac-Man as well. I think they might have done Q*bert. I think they did Q*bert as well.
Pac-Man cartoon is on Tubi right now.
Yeah.
I have Donkey Kong plush from the Seaside Heights Boardwalk.
Racer X says they were surprised Cabbage Patch have no real value. It depends. There's a handful that still hold a value. Majority of them tanked.
It had value when it came out, and people were paying hundreds and thousands of dollars.
It's the same thing with Thai Beanie Babies. There's a couple of them that still have a value. Most of them not worth anything anymore. Yeah, Q*bert plush and wind ups.
Don't you have some Q*bert something? No, you got one that looked like a Funko Pop, right? A Q*bert?
I don't have a Q*bert.
No, I thought.
No.
You had the Q*bert Pops. That's what it was. And then you got rid of all of your Pops.
I didn't get rid of all of my Pops.
You got rid of most.
I got rid of a bunch. Because it was just too much. It was just too much. I had to put the brakes on somewhere. But Funko is overwhelming. Funko is overwhelming. Raccoon still has their Pac-Man cards and stickers. That's cool. But I remember the rub-offs, and you were supposed to make Pac-Man get through a maze, and there was like 24 different mazes. But and it's hard to find those rub-offs unused now. Q*bert had a cartoon.
Oh, they had a Michael Jackson Beat It episode.
Oh my God.
And that's missing. They didn't want to pay those royalties.
Oh no. I remember Pac-Man cereal. The Ralston cereal, correct?
Ralston did a lot of the serials of the cartoons.
G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters.
Movies,
yeah, they did
Batman,
a lot of that stuff.
Stuff like that. But boy, they're expensive now. Well, we talked about that before.
Yes,
those are very expensive.
Now, we're gonna sign off here in a minute, but I want to let people know next week we will not be doing a live like this. But next week also we will be at Toylanta, and I will be there. We'll probably be there all 3 days. On the Friday, I will do the live walkthrough. which I always do. And I will preempt that also, because after I do the live walkthrough, I'm going to make a copy of it and put it back up again, because for people who miss the live and don't notice it and want to see the video. But of course, so I'll be live from Toylanta Friday coming, this next Friday evening, and I will get in before the show opens, because I will have a press pass, and I will film it, so you will see it before it's crowded, and you'll get to see you'll be able to actually see without looking through people's heads, which is what I like to do. And I'll try to get some other filming done on the next couple of days also. So no live like this next week. I have another block of holiday specials planned. It will be Halloween. I don't know what day I'll be putting it up, but I've almost got one ready, and I'll be putting that up soon. I wish I could do another Easter one. I can't, because there just isn't enough out there. I've done 2, and that'll have to tide you over. I've done 2 Easter, 1 Thanksgiving, and 2 Halloweens in the last couple of months. And so you'll be getting a 3rd Halloween installment here shortly. Okay. Aside from that, again, I've not been able to do as many videos as normal, because I've been doing in my spare time, as much work in the other 2 rooms as possible, so that we can get the whole museum up and running. So special thanks, of course, to Pastor Rick and to Rich for making donations to the channel to help us with our cat shelter. Always, always appreciated. Thank you again to Johnny Future for the care package that he sent us. We really appreciate it. And thanks everyone else for joining us this evening. Hope you had a good time. And hopefully we'll see some of you next Friday when we get to Toylanta. So
and make sure, David, you say hi to us, because he's coming to Toylanta.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Blue Splash said that he's going to be out there. You'll probably see us.
Yay.